Hi, I'm Ninja Nigel here in the Hangout at Ape Index. First we're going to look at static grip strength so you can develop the strength to hold on to something. Then we're going to look at being able to transfer from one obstacle to another, so some element of grasping or grabbing, opening out your hand and closing it on something else. Then we look at some endurance drills so you can carry on all the way across a range of obstacles. And finally we'll delve into the murky world of superhuman abilities to help try and bulletproof your grip. We're going to train on a normal scaffold bar, 48 millimeters in diameter. What this does is force an open hand position. You can't hold your thumb over your fingers for better friction, and you don't have to crimp, so you'll avoid pulley injuries in these little bands that go around your fingers holding your tendons in. First up is the dead hang. If you can't dead hang with your arms straight up like this and you find you're more in this position with your elbows bent, then you need to start working on your shoulder mobility. You can do that with a stick or a band. Just keep your arms straight over the top and back. Dead hang like this with your arms straight. If you can't get to a minute, this is your exercise. Try doing a total hang time of 1 minute, taking as many rests as you like. As you practice, gradually you'll take fewer rests until you can build up to a minute without dropping off the bar. Then you're ready to move on to exercise 2. Hang on one arm. When you start to get tired, switch to the other arm. Don't go to the point of failure or it'll trigger some neurological functions which will keep your arms pumped and you'll be unable to continue. Drop off if you need a rest, but try not to fall off. This means you've tried too hard and will require a much longer rest. Keep developing this skill until you can go for 2 minutes without dropping. Some people wear gloves in obstacle racing to stop the hands hurting or to improve the grip. These are not those gloves. These are cheap stretchy ones from the pound shop made of cheap plastic. The purpose of them is to reduce your grip to almost nothing, so you're forced to rely on strength alone, like gripping wet, muddy rings or bars which have been slimed over by soggy, sweaty runners who beat you to the obstacle. Hang on 2 arms if you can make a minute. Hang on 1 arm and follow the protocol from before. A continuous hang with 2 arms for 1 minute means you can move on to 1 arm hangs. 2 minutes switching between 1 arm hangs whenever it takes your fancy means it's time to move on. Do you suffer from sore hands while grip training? Well, man up! Are you developing unsightly calluses which might rip off at the slightest provocation, leading to weeks of rest from training? Ha! Keep filing them off with a piece of sandpaper or a nail board. Do you need to fix your hands? You can use anything. Chalk, rosins, basketball spray, glycerin, spit. If you use hand cream and can't grip the next day, stop using hand cream. Hold the bar, pull and grab. Go to failure. Rest for a minute, swap arms. When you can do 10 on each arm, you're ready to move on. This might be a little more difficult to find, but most places with a bit of scaffolding should be able to engineer something that fits the bill. And you can always come to Ape Index for a fantastic day out where we have things everywhere and all sorts of contrivance to hang off. Hold the bar. Drop to the adjoining bar. When you've learned to do a few of those, try jumping down and back up to the bar that you launched from. Try jumping along a pole. First go downwards. When you can do downwards, you can go level, and if you can do level, you can go upwards. Don't forget to do both arms. Try switching 180 degrees from one side of the pole to the other. Finally, you'll gain the strength to be able to do 1 arm Lachés. If you can manage all of those, you'll never fall off a grip or hanging obstacle again. Happy training!